good morning, my neighbors. How are y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Before You Take the Trade. Actually, I didn't even turn on my light. Let's get this going. There we go. Let's angle this out. All right, perfect. How y'all doing? We got a lot of stuff to cover. So much things has happened. It seems like we're starting to top out. Let's pull up the chart. Let's get this going. Let me get my 8 grid. Wherever you are. All right, there it is. And let me move you out the way, and boom. So here it is. This is NQ. Um, this is what's interesting about NQ right now. It's like hey, good morning, good morning. What's very interesting here is like we had that 15-minute order block breakout that we were trying to play, right? This was built. I want to say, yep, there it is. This was from Friday, right? Friday's price action of the first 15 minutes, it is a battleground right now. They are trying their best to be able to push this thing to some level that they're looking for, either the top side or the upside. But you can see here, from this candle, this is when all of this is happening. From this candle here, they try to get up there, can't. Try to get up here, can't. They look for buy side liquidity so that way they can be able to push it. They had one really big push during the Monday session, and you could see with that push, they really did not have enough steam. They barely took off the high here, and when they got up here, it basically tweezed the top and went right back down to the same buy side liquidity. That is where we are today. That is exactly where we are today. So there is a strong buy ordering that's happening right around this level here on NQ. And you got to ask yourself this question. Where is the best spot for you to go ahead and buy for a position? There's your answer. There's your answer right there. So I like what NQ is doing right now. I like the fact that we did this opening range breakout, and it looks like this is our potential. Actually, this whole entire thing being so wide. We're talking about jeez. You're talking about a 63 point wide order block is what we're playing in and out of. Like there is some action that's happening here and they're ready to sell right there. So if you're going to play ranges, shout out to my range traders. I'm more of the like to be in my position and hold. That is prior to range that you're looking at. All right, I just went really deep into NQ. Let me go ahead and get into the other tickers before we run out of time. So here's oil. Oil really looks like after we had that order block and came back into here, we're back into that BS consolidation that oil did. It is starting to get really annoying because I'm like, I thought we were going to get some real movement and we could get some real prices and then we could get some real flow. But if you really look at this chart, we're at the bottom of the register of the stochastic. So this thing can really curl up and start to go to that upside. And then we got this nice little gap that happened between October 11th and Monday, October 14th, a little before contract expiration. So that area could just be the first thing that they attack and try to push to that upside. So very interesting on what they're going to do with this. Let's go with the gold. Gold is relatively clean for the most part of a chart. And the reason why I like this is because we got back above that 2700. I gave y'all the warning. I said, the way this thing is holding and it's on the second deviation of the angle of the trend line, now I can adjust my trend line because this is now our swing low into the new swing high, and that is the level that needs to break to let us know, are we going to play back into, at the very least, maybe the 50 EMA, somewhere around the 2612, or do we just continue to keep making new highs on gold? All right, and then don't forget, chart out silver. For all my gold traders, and let me come to the camera on this one. All my gold traders, I beg you, I really beg you, look at what this thing is doing right there. It is showing you silver broke out and it dragged gold with it. I'm not saying you should trade silver. I'm not going to tell you to do that because silver can be very pricey and it can be very sporadic. But if you actually charted this retest, a good friend of mine, shout out to Screener Steve, he talks about this being called the kiss of death. So this will be more like a kiss of death to the sell side. So looking at this action, we had a nice little uptrend that came up into here. They rejected it. That was our bump and run action. They could not break down to this level. We found some support. That's our new trend and angle. This area right here was the micro trend that brought us down to this level. That couldn't hold, so we didn't turn into this. We end up turning around, and they flipped this completely on its head, and we continued to this upside. New rejection built from this area, came down, found support, couldn't fill fair value gaps, using the 50 EMA as support, and then we explode to this, retesting the high. The market is not as hard as you really think, people. It is not. It's just, are you taking the tea leaves, writing your story, applying your thesis, and taking the trades accordingly? So when this actually broke out of what was this downward trend line that's right here, that is when the market finally said metals are going to continue. Nice little bounce here, broke above this level, and it exploded on Monday. Oh, sorry, this is Friday. On Friday. It's just that simple, folks. All right, let me go. I'm slowing down, but that's where we are. This one I was looking for a head and shoulders. I thought we were gonna get a little bit more of a push up before I had a drop, but we are getting a little bit of a divergence. This is not falling on NQ, and it usually follows the British pound, because as the British pound is gaining strength or losing strength, the dollar gets the inverse. So right now, if the British pound is falling, that means the dollar is strengthening. And if the dollar is strengthening, good morning, my neighbor, welcome to the party. And if the dollar is strengthening, then that means the market should be coming down. We're in a big consolidation, and I do feel like it's probably being predicated on some downside move. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is ES, very consolidation too, probably about a range inside of here. If we measure this range, we're talking about probably about a 61 point range as far as how they're going to, anything above this level, I would be bullish, but it just does not look like it got enough strength. Here's our small caps. I like the retrace to here, because this tells me that small caps might be the first one to reset. And if the small caps reset, consolidates here, as they pile out of your large caps, your S&P 500, your NASDAQ, I will not be surprised that we get a new bounce here. And this is going to be the one that's going to propel us more down as far as the NQ to that upside. So keep an eye on IWM, small caps, and everything. And here's the dollar. Need I say more? I've been telling y'all a lot about this as far as how the dollar is operating. We're getting a nice little curl of the 50 EMA, and it looks like it's going to try to attempt to make a gold cross. I really wanted to see a healthier pullback. I wanted something like this, but you can tell can tell that that is not going to be the case. If anything, we're probably going to have something along the lines of this order block, which is where the 200 EMA kind of sat in, and that's where we're going to have a little bit of trouble trying to get up there. So where is going to be our support? Well, I was really looking for a support somewhere around here. If we throw a fib on here, we could anticipate something along the lines of maybe 50 EMA, 50% retracements here. Golden ratio brings us back here, but I don't think we're going to get back inside of this range. If anything, we may get the, like I said, I call it the kiss of death. Shout out to Screener Steve, right? You get these little moves, and then it usually just gets back and explodes here. So you want that nice little move here. I think we're going to get a nice little kiss of death of all the sell side liquidity. You're going to be like, yeah, sell it off. And then you're going to get a nice little spike of liquidity towards that direction. So that said, I covered this really, really fast. I actually made it on time before the market opens. So let's go ahead and get ourselves ready. Oh, I switched this around. I meant to put that there. All right, boom. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves ready for the opening. And we got 15 seconds until that. So we're going to go to the NQ. So if this is your first time coming into my trading floor, it's very simple. I'm not doing anything relatively spectacular. It's a very common setup called an opening range breakout. All right, so how that works, oh, there goes the bell. How that works is that we're going to take the high side and we're going to make the low side of the first 15 minutes of a candle. And when it breaks out of that side, we're going to be, what it do? Welcome to the party. We're going to go ahead and take that position. That said, I'm going to prepare by getting myself completely logged in to all my accounts. If you have any questions, by all means, put it in the chat. Don't forget, down below are some links. If you are a funded trader and you're looking for somewhere fun, Elite is doing some discounts and sales down there. It really helps this channel if you go ahead and sign that out. Also, my link tree is in there. I don't have any one-on-ones to the end of the year. I apologize, but I will bring that back around January. So just keep my Linktree bookmark, and you'll be able to get some more one-on-one later on in 2025. All right. Looks like we're starting off a little bit bearish, and we are under the block. So this is going to be very interesting. So how this works, we're going to go ahead and move these lines. Oops, that's not the line. That's my zone. I'm going to keep that one. I want to see what happens with it. Ah, come on, behave. All right. So we could take the high side of the first 15-minute candle. So that's about right here right now. And then we're going to take the, oh, come on, behave. There we go. Got it. And we're going to take the low side. So right now it's still dropping. And let's get rid of this thing. We take the low side, and that's the area we're looking for. The candle's not finished, so it has to solidify and confirm, and that will be our opening range. All right. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. That way you know when I'm on. Ooh, look at that. Come on down. So the price is right. Let me get myself logged in to all my accounts if you're not already in. Uh-oh. This thing says I am already logged in. That's not good. I might have to reset. Oh, okay. I'm logged in here. Got it. Got it. Let me take that, put that up there. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So let's go ahead and run through some tickers that I've been looking at. CCJ, this bad boy here. I kind of feel bad about this because I was looking for this thing to kind of take off, and this thing is now finally showing some type of pullback. When I was considering getting in was right when it broke out of here, and that was that Friday. Hesitated. Should have pulled the trigger. Nice little move on CCJ. I think it's going to continue. Nice $7 move. That's not bad. As everybody's starting to get into that uranium space. So CCJ is a good one to look at. Another one I've been looking at is Pizza. This one is starting to really complete some of the things that I was looking at as far as bumper runs and angles. It did reject off the 200 EMA. I'm looking forward to catch some type of support and maintain a fair value gap or two. And if it does, it will continue that. Good morning. Take a sell. Oh, wait, on CCJ? Hold on. What you got for us? Oh, I think you got some magic tricks over there. Take a sell. Ew. I think I see what you're seeing. It's got to be CCJ you're talking about. Nice little cross on the stochastic. For my more advanced traders, you got yourself a bearish divergence that's happening right here off the histograms. If it never takes out this high, yeah, but there's a lot of momentum though. Oh, okay. I was just about to say, this angle, if anything, is just going to come back to the trend line. Ah, got you. Yeah, actually, I was just looking at NQ, and we're sitting literally on this block. And this block has been tested over and over, and I think there was a lot of liquidation that happened here. So I'm very curious on how the market reacts in the next couple of weeks. SPY, okay. Let's look at SPY. Yep. Oh, wow. That's a bearish diver. They're building up. Look at that. We're still going up, but this thing is just going down. And this was kind of flat here. Could it be here? Could this be the week that we take the sell side? We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and check back over at NQ. See what's going on over there. All right, so we got our levels here. Still waiting for that range to do its breakout. Make sure I got the right account open. This one is good. And then there's 73. This one I gotta get this work done like ASAP. How many days I got left on that one? Let's talk about some levels. All right, let's go ahead and get some cues on the screen for my QQQ traders. What level I would like to see if I was going to play to the downside. I would love to take a 491 put and then just catch his momentum and come down to a target of like 487. But 487 could be a good area for a put. On the north side, in the event we're just absolutely wrong and this order block starts to falter, 496, and let's just keep it conservative, 500 is the target, something along those areas, as we try to see how this boxed out price reacts. Yeah, you see what I mean? So there is some possibility. It just depends on the order block. Look at this. This is a nice little healthy micro trend. And before micro trends exist, there has to be a major trend. And this is our major trend roughly about here. Here's a deviation here. It might get rejected over there. And you got another deviation somewhere around here. And this is the first one they may be testing right now. So we can see how that pans out and if it rejects around there. So tweaked it a little bit. Let's get up there. We got about 9 more minutes, so let's go ahead and just grab one of my lists. I haven't updated that. Let's go with the green list. Meta. Oh, what's a meta? Oh my God! I got out of my meta position, and it finally broke through this fair value gap. Jerks. I got in somewhere around here. Then I thought it was finally a breakout, and I did break this down to some people in the communities, and I was like, "There's a tendency whenever you see those wedges, especially in recent price action." Because we're such in a bull run, when you get the break out of the bottom, sometimes it catches some type of support, and this was this, and it just goes back to the other side of the wedge. Most times I see that type of action happen, it breaks out, but you can kind of see it looks like this area here has a sensible order block of this wick. That was the rejection point. Probably should have re-entered on that and looked for that target, but can't cry over spilled opportunities. We'll leave that there. Let's see what else is going on. Ooh, GE. All right, this is probably profit taking is coming in to play, and plus their earnings was a little shot. So we're talking about 1%. I think that's not too bad. This could be a little bit of a retracement. Now GE has been a little bit on a tear. Oh, squeeze that chart all the way through. You can kind of see that, right? Had a nice little break. Bull flag breakout. So if we're going to get the pole of this move, you're talking about this is the pole. So there's only about what, maybe 25% of the move is made. It could be they retooling and repositioning themselves to be able to take out the 200 level. I won't be surprised. Actually, green list is moving to red list. Might be looking for something on that one in its regard. But I think somewhere above the 200 target would be very key as soon as this thing resets. AMD, it's been on the tear just like your peoples over at NVIDIA. Ooh, could we be coming back here? Had a nice little push up, but this downward trend right here, as long as it respects this, breaks below this 200 EMA, that could be a good key position. It's filling the rest of a gap that stops here. I would say 150. I'll make a target of 150 on AMD and just get out of it when it touches that target. The only thing is that stochastic is completely down in that lower register, but I like how the MACD is open. Let's see weekly. I know you like not standing on business. I guess they're a good company though. It's yeah. Well, okay. Let me be clear because I like what you just asked me. Stochastics can get pinned to the bottom and just stay down there, but because it's in its lower register, it could be enticing for bulls to step in and try to liquidate some bears. So we could get a nice little retracement, then it finally curls over again. That would be a better opportunity. But this weekly lets us know that there's a possibility it could be starting the party right now. So I like to see AMD. If I was going to look for a position, I would love to see it in that upper register of the stochastic. I feel more confident and comfortable in that position than for me to take it here. Let's see what the 1 hour is doing. It's already on its way down. A break and close under 154. But you're not gonna be in there for a long time. You're just in there for a good time. That's what I'm saying here. Just in case this daily decides to do some funky stuff and not get into the zero line on the MACD. So this is still considered in my eyes as bullish. But I digress. All right, NQ. We got 5 minutes on NQ before we get our opening range confirmation of where they want to be. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I just draw some lines on the chart. If you actually took the rejection at the bottom of the order block right here, that would be a nice little move, and you probably would have took about 50 ticks. If you were looking for the rejection of the trend line, which is the third pivot in itself, you're up about 50 ticks. If you got a sharpened entry from a 50, yep, you have about 50 ticks. And there's just so many things just on this chart in itself. But now we're sticking to our guns. We're just going to follow the opening range breakout. That is what I'm saying right now. Opening range breakout of that area itself still looks a little bit bullish. Like the bullish move is not over yet. But I think this 15 minutes is kind of bearish. The daily is just trying to find its place. Trying to find its place. But we'll see. Yeah, you're talking about AMD. Yeah, AMD does need a little bit of a pullback before you can try to take it to that downside. Because that, if you got in before that 1 hour candle kind of like took off like that, that would have been great. But a little bit of pullback is probably going to be necessary. Oh, look at that. They're trying to get through. So that first touch, that was the first set of bears that was probably sitting waiting, and they were about to short that area. And they noticed they could not take control. And that's why we're still a little bit bullish. Oh, I just got one of my alerts. Let me go check out pizza. What's going on over there? Alright, so it looks like they kind of brought it down to an area. I'm okay with that. Had a nice little bounce, but we kind of gapped here. So I think they're probably just looking for more buy-side liquidity before they try to really push it up. But we'll see what happens there. NQ. All right, so they're making another push. Look at how we rejected. That's the second deviation. Look at that. They're trying to get through that block. Do they have enough? That's the question here. Is this momentum with everybody that held on with the accumulation from here, here, and here, is that enough? And they didn't take their profits at these levels to get us to go through here and start to take out these highs. Bring us back around that 25.54. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the party. Good to see you. That's the golden question. So we got like about 60 seconds left on this 15-minute opening range. I got a few levels that I'm thinking about. Let me position myself properly. That way I have orders already saved. Oh, actually, I'm gonna need that. All right, boom, boom. All right, put that to the side here. So I said for today, I am looking at 487 puts. Oh, am I reading that right? Why is my option chain looking a little funky? Hold on, let me check Thinkorswim. Cause it look like E-Trade is in its own feelings. Ooh, probably get a pullback here. Got one of my alerts, but we'll see how this momentum holds. All right, for today, let's see what we're being quoted out because this thing is. Yeah, okay, so 487 puts. kind of cheap, but I think that's what we're gonna go ahead and go with. 47 puts. Let me go ahead and line that up. It's 8. Yes. Right. 4. You know what? Let me go lightweight. Save that. All right. Oh, but no wonder. Okay, I knew I was going a little crazy. Okay, got it. Now that I got what I'm looking for. All right, so 47 puts. Save that, and then I have 500 for the calls. 500 calls. Now, this doesn't mean that it's going to go in that direction. I mean, make it to that target, but that's the couple I'm looking for as a whole. All right, so 5 minute needs to close above here. Now, here's the dangerous part about it, and because if you ever follow some of my charting on bump and runs, a lot of this move for the bump and run already played. So this is probably going to be really, really tricky to try to do this one. But the rule is, for those that are following this, the 5 minute needs to close above here, and it's trying its best imitation of that. And so we'll see if it can do that. While we wait for that, let me go ahead and check out my red list. Let's go with who's. Oh, what was that? Somebody lost some. Oh, that's GE. Okay, we already talked about GE. $14. What a gap. UNH. Let's talk UNH real quick. UNH has been in that pullback space, a big far cry from where it was before. But you can see that they're starting to accumulate a little bit at this level. I will not be surprised that they're building back up. I'm probably going to wait one more day before I make a decision if I'm going to take something out there. And let's see. Actually, let's see somebody green. Roblox. I don't remember the last time I charted Roblox. Let me go ahead and start this all the way over. Looks like August 5th. No, this is October. It looks like August 5th. Where's August 5th? August 5th, that's their bounce. So if we consider all things equal, let's just say that this bounce here is a response to that. But this is potential uptrend. There's no higher high, but let's just assume that this is a potential uptrend. That means this deviation here should hold, and it's starting to really power up there. We'll call this an uptrend. And it needs to break out of this here. So we got ourselves a little bit of a block. So above $42, maybe that's what they're attempting. I would be bullish and then start to really target around $50. That's what Roblox. Actually, you're in my red list. I must have charted it, put it there, and then come back to it. Let's go back to Upstart. Let's see this one. Looks a little toppy. Oh, almost filled the whole fair value gap over here. Right here. Yeah. So they might be coming back for that fair value gap. So I'm gonna keep an eye on those two. Let me add those into whatever. Let's get back to NQ because we should be done with our 5 minute. Did it close above the level? Oh, say it ain't so. Oh no. Well, SPY can be tricky sometimes, but nice. So you just looking at SPY, or are you gonna give it another shot? Because 0 for 8, that's like firing a coach right there with 0 for 8. Like right now, Alabama coach is like on a hot seat because they're like, well, hey, we don't understand this losing stuff. Come on, can we get a close above? Make this interesting. It's struggling. It's struggling. I don't like it for where it is. Let me get myself prepared here. We may get one more massive push, right? Get all the way through and then spike here and then kind of like give another rejection here. Let me double check in my FX book, making sure that there is no news coming up. Let's see, today we have Fed speaking, Fed Harker. Richmond manufacturing is low. Uh, ECB president is going to be talking. For my forex traders, that's probably going to affect you, especially if you're trading the British pound. Yeah, looks like they're talking a lot over in Europe. Tomorrow, we're going to get some European consumer confidence, home sales. So that's probably going to add some volatility. Don't forget about oil inventories that come into play. We got a couple of Feds talking. Ooh, 20-year bond. 20-year bond is going to be tomorrow. And then Thursday, you already know jobs reports falls into Thursdays. Anything else standing out? More Fed speaking, more new home sales details. Yeah, so probably the next 2 days is going to give us a little bit more volatility in that regard. So I don't see anything for today that could affect us other than the Fed speaking at 10 o'clock. All right, so we got a nice little rejection here. Still, we're going to follow the rules because I'm going to do this class or this trading floor to the rules. We're waiting for a break and close below here if it's down there, or a break and close above this level. And we let the chips lay with wherever they fall. So we're not going to make this complicated. Try to keep it simple for y'all. Now, there are some advanced trades we could do here, and it's starting to flirt with what could be a evening star here. Got a nice little order block here that they just basically built this up to get up into here, but are they going to bounce it again? We're sitting on top of this order block, more recent order block that was there, but we still got this massive monster we got to get through. Very wide, very wide. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like that is all. Let me come to a 1 hour to kind of give you a little bit of perspective. This 1 hour kind of lets you know, like, this area is just going to be tough, right? So this 1 hour candle is going to be closing in 7 minutes. If it can't close inside of the order block, I think we're just going to fall and come out the bottom of here. If we kind of zoom out a little bit, looks like we got ourselves an M pattern in the 1 hour here. But again, it has failed before. This Starship Trooper or a space station looking thing right here, it's like we got this inverse head and shoulder here. That was that explosion here, and that there is why I think too far. I think we're having so much trouble with this order block. That was the measure move right roughly around here. So with the sell side liquidity getting liquidated here, that's the momentum they use to get back down here. So yeah, just gonna be very interesting in the next 7 minutes. So let's go over to the 5 minute again. You can kind of see nice little bounce on the backside of the trend line off our second deviation of this angle. So could they use this as support? Possibly, but we're gonna be patient. Still doesn't follow our trading plan. What is our trading plan? Well, actually, technically it's two, but I didn't do the second one. I did. I did leave that one out. We're waiting for a break and close above the 5 minute, which we're going to get that in the next few seconds. Looks like they're finally finding some space here. Let me get myself prepared just in case I do take something to that upside. On those that are on cues, if you're paper trading it, by all means, there is nothing wrong with that. We're talking about possibly getting into that 500 level. It's going to be attractive. I think it's going to attract a lot of bulls as far as a target, and that'll be the top side of this order block. It looks like Gallagher. That's what it looks like, right? Anyone that's like, I'm an '80s baby. It looks like Gallagher. That's what this looks like. That little ship is just upside down. If you never played Gallagher, go look it up on Google. You'll know exactly what I mean. It looked like it. Space station. Because you know why I'm so stuck on that is because there was the October reversal around that time, and we was like, damn, that thing looks like inverse head and shoulder, but the one of the shoulders had this long wick, and it looks like what would be Gallagher's firing shit. Don't mind me. Don't mind. Don't give me too much help. Ah, look at that. They did not. Oh, actually, it did close above it. I was looking for potential reversal before I get in, and they're liquidating that a lot of that buy side. Still haven't taken a position yet. But I'm gonna modify this, and I'm gonna get this ready. Yeah, we'll save that. That's probably the play in itself, and but that's only predicated if we can get a true bounce here. Still don't like it, especially how hmm. Trying to buy a call right now would be very, very, very tricky. I would say keep your stop loss super tight. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that one. I don't like to play in ranges, and I have a tendency on being attracted to it. It's almost like that, you know, the cat with a laser pointer. Like, yeah, we do have a plan, but it's just like it's right here. This is the target, and I find myself getting chopped up inside of here. So I like the break and close. Yeah, retest maybe about here. Let's put a fib here to kind of put it in perspective. Something like maybe, and I'm talking about maybe, right? This right here, that's just way too much. This thing looked like they took out a lot of that buy side. So I don't know if I want to take that and try to attempt to play this to back to the upside. Trying to recapture that wick. It's almost 10 o'clock. We're going to get a new 1 hour candle. Let's go look at the 1 hour so we can make this make sense. I try to make this a very short, pointed, specific trading floor. The plan is a 5 minute break above that level, and then we could take a position. It might not happen before 10:15. I try to keep this real short, so that way you get prepared for the day. So if it does happen later on, by all means, that could be the momentum that's going to take us up. So if you do take that trade, by all means, shoot me on Instagram. Yeah, a 5 minute close, break and close above this level, like this. So now we got a minute and 43 seconds. This one was it. But then you can see they liquidated a lot of people that stepped in at the close here. If you waited for a reversal and you found an entry along this wick, yeah, I just think they took out way too much of this level to feel confident. Because if they catch any of the current buy side liquidity, this thing can fall very violently because we're at the order block. So yeah, I'm looking for 5 minute. It's just a shame that the 5 minute close above is inside the order block, which is bringing us from one consolidation area and choppy to another consolidation hour and choppy, and that's a higher time frame consolidation there. So yeah, pretty much it. This could be it to the upside. I'm hesitant. I'm gonna wait for the close because I want to see what the 1 hour does. We got ourselves about 43 seconds, and we're going to get a 10 hour solidifier of our candle. Let me see what that candle looks like now. We're going to get a close inside the order block after kind of creating this tweezer bottom type of action right here at this lower level. Engulfing the previous candle. Closing above the 50 EMA will be probably choice for that. And then we could test somewhere around here. Maybe the target will be 2509, somewhere around there. Not super confident about it. All right, there goes that last push. All right, they're above it. They're trying to recapture this area here, but I think they're going to struggle a little bit. So I'm waiting for something to reset on my What in the doji? That's what the market. But it should be enough momentum where they don't recapture this buy side because they just keep buying these dips here. So that's what I'm thinking is happening here. Especially now, this is the second close above that level. But if they sweep this buy side liquidity with the momentum off this order block, this thing can reject really hard. That's why I'm waiting for a nice little flip. Let me get back to the 1 minute. The 1 minute starting to show it, but I gotta get a good position. I'm trying to find a good spot. I can feel confident on taking it because I do think they're trying to get back above 24.79. This could be a push here. Let's see if they give that a push here. All right, getting up there, getting up there. All right, I got like 20 ticks. Ooh, they pulled that back real fast. I was gonna put in a profit. Let me just take this. Take a small L. That kind of happened a little faster than I expected. Oh, you jerks! I thought I was gonna hold. But like I said, that was my fear, is that they could just literally come back for all that buy side liquidity. Let's see if they give it a second shot. Should have just took the 20 ticks when I had it. But I am targeting here, right at the wicks. I want to see how much of that they can get back. All right, it's looking more bearish and bearish the more they keep on coming at this buy side liquidity. This might be the move you're looking for, Neo. You're saying you're looking at SPY puts. This might be it. Still waiting. Yeah, still waiting. Because the 5 minute, if you would look at these oscillate, it's like it wants to kind of come back over. But this is a little bullish here, so that's why I think it's still, they might give it one more shot to that upside. I've seen this happen so many times. All right, let's see if this push back down. Returns. Not the best idea. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not gonna take that opportunity because, like, let me show y'all what I mean. Here's the 1 minute chart and how it's just basically wedging in itself. Oh, me? I'm not. I'm relaxing. I'm just waiting for a sound opportunity because I think we're going to get an explosive move. Now the question is, which one are we going to get? Are we going to get something like this? Are we going to break out the south side of it? But we're building something right now. Mm, yeah, that area right here, and that's that angle here, and we could kind of tweak this a little bit. like that. That one is giving it a lot of pressure. They're trying to break out the top. Is that my Discord? Let me turn that off. Oh, you know what? As I'm turning off my Discord, yeah, that would have been a better entry here, but I pulled back on that. Gonna have to just wait patiently on that one because I think that accumulation phase is over and they're going to push this thing. Boom. There it goes. Should have took the re-entry. All right, so this is the top of that bump and run. Let's see if they reject that area or do they fly right through it. Oh, and they fly right through it. That's all that sell side liquidity getting swept. Oh man, I should have took that 500. Huh? Yeah, I should have took that 500 call. That was, and it's right to my 509.
I just hit 6K.
Nice. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Let me have the tablet, please.
I should have did it. Rodney, I missed my entry.
I did it.
Wifey's over here talking smack because she got her entry. Damn it. I was in it. I did not take it. I didn't take it. Because I was looking at the fact that we was rejecting that order block too many times, and I was like, okay, this could be. And I said in the middle of the video, I was like, I said in the middle of the video, I was like, oh man, this could be the area where they finally give what Neil was looking for the puts on the SPY side. Damn, they swept all that liquidity. Folks, we just got a real-time action of liquidity grabs right there. Wow.
It's
good
hard
explosion.
So when I was doing my class, I had the thing right here,
Okay.
but it's still hard to like.
Let me finish. I'm almost
see
done.
me.
I'm almost done. All right, so since we got like 7 minutes left on this, opening range breakout did well. It actually broke. What are you doing? Here, take that downstairs.
Yeah.
Since you want to be productive, go do that. Yeah, thank you.
What is this?
So we had the opening range break. No, I did stick to my plan. No, that was not the case. I stuck to my plan. I was going to take the trade. It's just they never showed me another entry. The first entry I had where I think it was they took 11 ticks to the south side, which my stop loss is 10 ticks. That's the one that stopped me out. So I got in just a step early. But looking at the oscillators, there was another opportunity I could have got in, but it was above the 50% register of the stochastic. I don't like those. I like when it's like at the bottom of the stochastic and then it pushes up. So I didn't really miss my entry per se. I just did that for fun. But generally speaking, as I was kind of like going through it, I didn't get one that was a setup, an A+ setup. Did it look good? It was a B+ setup with the stochastic being at the 50%, but it's not part of my checklist. So I'm not gonna go ahead and take a trade on hope. I'm like, maybe I could have tightened my stop loss and be like, okay, as long as the 50% holds, but that's not my plan. My plan is literally bottom of the stochastic, which technically I could have got the second stab at it at 10:03. 10:03 is actually no, I'm sorry. 10:03 was the one that they exploded and they pulled it back right here. The one that I could have probably get actually right here probably could find an entry if this is going to be a continuation. So I don't know. Hey, maybe we'll do continuation. Maybe we'll do something fun in that one. We could be retesting the block. Looks like the 1 minute fair value gap is holding. Let's come up to a 5 minute back. I'm just waiting, seeing what it's going to do. That's a long wick right there. I don't know if they're gonna recapture all of that. All right. Still waiting. I still don't see anything per se. They're starting to take some of this lower time frame fair value gaps, keep playing around the way they are. Since it's chasing a little bit, I am going to lighten my leverage. See if we can recapture this whole entire wick. Oh, let me bring P&L camera. How can I get that on the screen? I think I gotta shrink this down. Dog it. Oh, nope, they liquidated that. All right, let me fix my P&L screen while I'm figuring this part out. Boom, 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 boom. So that is that angle. So I gotta bring this chart over. I'm gonna bring it over. Kind of like this. All right, so something like that. Okay. All right, if I find another spot to get in, there we go. But right now, as far as options, I'm not taking anything right now because it's on the top of the block. If anything, I will probably play the put side if it starts to break down some of the structure that built this run up here. So we got 3 minutes left before I shut it down. Yes, she did. She did. Now she been ripping and roaring. For anyone, any females that's on this, I don't know why it is, how it's that way. Females tend to be really, really good traders. I don't know. Maybe it's the detachment of money or something, and guys kind of get their emotions into money. I have no idea. But the track record, she has less time frame of trading than me, and she's been killing it. So, yeah. Got to give props where props due. Oh. Could this be our move? I won't say she's a better trader than me per se. I would say she's a solid key trader when it comes down to NQ. I gotta protect my pride, sir. All right, you can't be asking me these questions. but they say behind every strong man is a strong woman. So the stronger she is in trader, that makes me better, right? Is that how? Isn't that how it works? All right, so let's see. We're probably going to get a stab here as they attempt to recapture wicks again. Because I think the buyers have control of the market now. At least in NQ per se. Or vice versa. All right, Tony. You try to start some stuff. I'm on It's 2024. We can't have these type of conversations. All right, boom. Let's see if we can go ahead and continue to that upside. I'm really trying to target above here since they went ahead and made that move. Let's see if it holds. It's struggling to hold, but it looks like we may get it. Let's see. I really want to see if we can explode past. My target is 2520. 20,520 on the NQ. If we can get there, see how the conversation is met up there, maybe we could get a nice little explosion and more of a sweep on that top side. But we're flirting with a potential double top here, so I'm gonna tighten up that stop. I'm at like 10 single digits and I'm out. Yeah, they took me out. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say now that we're above the box on here, we might stay bullish for the rest of the day. Because now the 5 minute closed above the order block, which is what I was looking for. So we're probably going to get another retracement here and continue. The pressure, there ain't no pressure. It's all competition. If she do good, I do good. If I do bad, she still does good. Nah, it ain't no pressure. Nah, she's amazing. Let's see what they do with this dance. We close above the block. I want to see it catch some momentum. Very choppy around this area, but that 5 minute MACD, this is what I'm looking at. We really cut through that MACD, and I'm trying to see if it's going to hold. If we do some analysis here to the 15 minute, the 15 minute looks really good. Oh, I like it. No, I like the pressure of trading live. Like right now, and I'm transparent. You see, I am down. Oh, this is the wrong spot. I'm pretty sure I pretty screwed this up somehow. I am down. Where are you? I am down $745. And right there, I'm down 74. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. It's all part of the game. The question is, am I going to stay there? And I'm not going to stay there. We'll see. Or it might be just a red day and then I have to make it up tomorrow. I just trade the plan itself. So I'm gonna look for a continuation on here just because of how strong we got through the block, and my target is going to be somewhere north of this pivot because we broke all these angles. So that's why I'm more excited for more upside on this. But I could be completely wrong. Make sure you draw your charts, make sure you put your levels, make sure you have your plan. Don't just go ahead and be like, well, JD says if I just take this call, it's just gonna make me money. It's gonna be. No, I did not say nothing like that. Nope. This 20,500 level could fail at any given moment. It's a psychological level, and this thing could just pull all the way back down and go right through this block again. Very possible. So trade your plan, not your money. Was very jerkish of you. You kind of swept this, and I thought you were gonna reset my. Oh, okay, that's what I thought. I thought you were gonna reset my oscillator. I knew you was gonna. You need to be down here somewhere. All right, let me go check everything out. So yeah, the 1 minute looks like we were putting in bearish divergences. So I think this is probably gonna be that pullback again. Let's see how it holds, but I still am waiting for that. Look, how you doing? Welcome to the party. Over here trying to talk smack right now. Is that what it is? That you're green and I'm red today? That's fine. That's all right. It just gives me a target. I got a target right now. All right, y'all. So this is where we're going to wrap up here. We'll be back here again at 9:15. I'm gonna try to be there on time this time. I was like 5 minutes late this time. But the general consensus is I try to keep it for 1 hour. You're more than a trader. You don't have to trade for like 7, 8, 9 hours straight in a row. So when it's all said and done, just look for your setup, look for your A+ setup, and take your trades accordingly, and you'll be happier that way. That said, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you don't have a funded account, down below there's the link. Keep my link tree. I will bring one-on-ones up again. Totally free, right? It's like an intro. So just keep that link live. But it's going to be 2025 when I start opening that up again. So that said, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9:15. Yeah, have a great day.